Well, good morning, everyone. How you all doing? Whittler Dave here. I hope everybody's going to have a blessed day. I know I am. Quite busy building some stuff for a show I'm getting ready to do. Kind of, I think they changed the dates on me, so now I'm like building very frantically. That's why I haven't been on here. I apologize. I'm trying to get things done and stuff. I did get this little gnome done yesterday. Look how pretty he is. Yeah, very simple. One, two, three boards I glued together. All that. Yeah, he turned out pretty nice. But I put cheeks on him, little fat cheeks. You know, this fun little gnome. Cut with a hatchet first, and then by knife. But anyway, this is going to be like a tutorial on something that's very old-fashioned, and I mean extremely old-fashioned. A guy that follows me on YouTube asked me to do this. He wanted to show how you set it up and everything. And this is just like a lazy day whittling. You know, say you're out with a park, or you're out with your wife or your significant other, and maybe your kids are playing around. You know, you're just sitting in a chair and enjoying yourself and everything, and just one of the lazy man carving, you know, or even a lady. You know, a lady could do these. You know, anybody can do these. He wanted me to do the ball. He called it the ball in the cage. It's the ball in the box. Very simple. I left this side because let me get you down here. Everybody started out with these. I carved these when I was a kid. You know, I carved these a long time ago. But anyway, as you can tell, your ball's in the center. It's just a square. You want to make sure it's symmetrical all the way around. And then, you know, you just take a pencil ruler, and you can say that's about a fourth line right there. That's about, I draw this one here's, what is this? Hang on. This block here is a 6-inch block. That's what I thought. But anywho, you just want to determine the sides. So you just take a pencil and draw your sides. Because what you got to do is you got to do all the sides. You want to do a little on each side and break through. Now, please don't do like I've seen several people do. This is a true knife only. You don't have to drill. Don't drill it. That's not the way it was done. I've seen several people drill through these, and no, it's a fun thing. You know, you want to build some knife skills or anything like that. Just want to sit down and really do something that's really it's meaningful. You can give to your kids. You can show your kids how you created a ball inside of a box, you know. But you just wanted to make sure. Now see, look, I've already got that, and this one's okay. So we're gonna eye it up about right there. Get it kind of straight. There you go. Yeah, good enough. And then all you do is just just clip your corners. Now you do not start with the ball. Okay? That is the last thing you do. When you cut through all this, right here, this side, this side, this side, you can look straight through all 4 sides. Then you start with the ball. But basically, let's get you where you can see this. I have a chip carving knife. I've had this knife for a long time because I do a lot of relief carving. It's a strong knife. But you just take your time. Don't press a lot. You want to keep these edges here as straight as you can. That's all you do. Like I said, this is something fun. And you can do this with a regular knife. You don't have to have a chip carving knife. I'll do one. I'll get my knife out here. I have a lot of control with this. You just want to go over these stop cuts several times. Get your points. Take your time. Take your time. But I seen a guy one time, and he drilled this, and it's like, no, that's not the original way. Or and I've seen a guy, he used a scroll saw and cut these out. And it's like, no, I'm sorry. The original way was men just like me sitting on the side of the road, on a stump. And you can use a stick. If you find a good enough branch, you can do one of these in a stick. Now, this is just bass wood. Is all it is. Just a piece of that bass wood. I'll cut a piece off. Okay, there you go. Now the goal is you want to start taking this out. Just taking this out. Take your time. This is not a hurry carving or whittle job. This is something fun. Your goal is to get all the way through to where you have this square block all the way around. Then you can start doing the ball. And the way you do the ball is you start nipping all four corners. But you don't want you want to do four corners, rotate it, four corners, rotate it, four corners, rotate it, four corners. You want to carve this ball continuously, just keep rotating it. You never want to try to get one side of the ball done, and you never want to break it out until you get it where it looks like a ball. Then you start working on breaking the ball out. Because if you do it the other way, then the ball starts moving and it makes it harder to clean the ball up. And I can tell you, I learned when I was a child the wrong way, and I had fun trying to clean that ball up. Now see? All you're doing is just keeping your lines. Just see, you can use a knife. You don't have to use that chip carving knife. You don't have to have one. You can use a pocket knife, whatever you got. But like I said, it's just a fun old style of whittling. This is very old, just the ball in the box. And the thing is, you want to get down here, down about that deep. Then start cutting this side. And once you get through two sides right here and everything, you can lay your knife in there and you can cut this waste out really fast. It will remove extremely, extremely fast. So you want to get back over here. You want to get this lined up. Take your time. Take your time. Make sure you stropped your knife. Wear a glove, please. Safety on your fingers. Like I said, you can follow me, but don't be me. Okay? Okay? Now we just want to take this down. You want to get this all down, so you want to keep these as straight as you can. Just take your time. Take your time. Fun thing to do. Like I said, what if you went out camping one day, or you was out just sitting on the lazy river, or just out in your backyard. Just whip you out a little block, draw it up like I did. This is about a fourth, just draw your lines and take your time. Your ball is right here in the center. Very simple. Now, you don't worry about how long it takes. You don't. You don't worry about that ball. That ball will be the last thing that you will carve in this entire thing. Last thing. You will not start on it at all. And you'll get the whole thing randomly carved like this. Let's reline. This is repetitive. Constantly repetitive. I remember old timers just would sit around and carve these constantly. They were sitting, I've seen them made as an hourglass. The old sand hourglasses, made them into a shape like that. Yeah, and the ball would travel. I've seen swivel sticks, just all kinds of things. Chains, just men sitting around whittling these things out. And I've seen squirrels, animals carved on top of these. I've seen one time it had a squirrel on it, a duck. They left them enough wood. I've seen them where they were a longer piece of wood and they'd have multiple, balls. I've seen they weren't round. It was like a hexagon made into it. That would take some time to carve a 5. I think it's either 5 or 6 point hexagon. Don't hold me to that. But I seen that done. I just did the balls, and I done one with I think it was a bird on top of it. It's been too many years. So you can come in here and just take this right out. Just take that right out. Keeping everything. Your most crucial is this right here. Just making sure that as straight as you can cut it. Back and forth. Back and forth. Very repetitive. You got 3 sides that should be straight as you can. Here, the bottom, and here. This doesn't really matter because you're going to be taking all that out. Try to keep your bottom pretty decent. Now, when you get it done, if you want to straighten your bottom up and get you a file, stick in here, you can file your sides. You can put sandpaper on a stick to help true up some of your sides. All that. Now, when you get down so far, if you've got a palm chisel, you can take this center, you can remove that extremely fast. But, truly, to do it is all by knife. It's just all by 100% knife. You don't really need fancy tools. Nothing at all. Just create them stop cuts. Create them stop cuts. That way she'll break right out of there. Now, you can tell. She's coming down there fast. Getting ready to make some Halloween. Got that other large gnome that I carved the other day. I'm painting it right now. And then I'm a maker when I do shows. So I'm going to show them how I use a hatchet at this show, making a gnome. And then, of course, I do wooden spoons. Everybody knows that. I don't think I'm going to do a bow this year. That I'm just not set up yet to do that. I'm not at all. I'm hoping you guys try this. Just a block of wood. I mean, you don't have to have, this is 2 inches. If you got an inch, I've carved them small. I mean, you don't have to be 2 inches. If you got something smaller, well, just go with it. Just, this is good knife skills. I can't just stress that enough. Good knife skills. Teaches you how to keep your knife sharp, how to keep things nice and symmetrical. See that right there? See how nice and crisp that looks? Nice and crisp that looks. If you take your time, it'd be less sanding. When I first did these, I just seen them old men doing it. I had a burlow tree pocket knife. I didn't have nothing fancy. All the guys sitting around had old pocket knives, and they'd sit there and just talk and just whittle. Just whittle out something. Okay, like I said, once I can peer through these two sides, it will make it easier removing wood. And then you just repeat that. You do it over here, and then before you know it, this center will just fly right out of there. It will be extremely fast. Got to get back on the horse. I apologize, but I wanted to answer this man's question and everything and show him how you do this and everything. So, but the horse will be next coming up because I haven't done anything really to the horse since I started that the other day. Wanted to share that with you folks because it's a learning curve. I've never carved it, so it's a 100% learning curve for you and a 100% learning curve for me. I don't know how I'm going to do things or stuff like that. Now you can see what I'm doing. I'm cutting at an angle. See? I'm cutting at an angle. My goal is to be able to see through this side right here. See right there. So I'm cutting literally at an angle. I'm trying to get through. But once I get through, like I told you, life's better. Just take your time. Folk art, basically. And everybody knows me. I love folk art. Great thing just to carry around in your vehicle when you're out. Just a little each time. All right, there it is. I'm through. Straight through. That's your go. Right there. I can stick the knife now straight through. See how that knife goes straight through? Uh-huh. Now that tells me, I'll keep watching, it will go. It's just, once you get through that, and you do the other side, and other side, and other side, this doesn't really take that long. That's your go. A little each time. And I did not drill it. I did not cut it with a saw. That is the original way. And you just lay that knife in there. Like I said, don't worry about the ball. Just cut up to that. That don't have to be perfect. Okay? Nope. Mm-hmm. Just fun, but I ain't done one of these in a long time. Now, when you see the light, stick my knife through, got a side, got a side. I'm done there. So now you're just going to repeat and rinse, repeat and rinse. Take your time. Don't carve on your legs like the old man. If you can help it. I've been doing it for a long time. It's repetitive. Back to this side. Just a fun little job, little whittle. But what's nice is once you get the ball broke through, then you gotta, hold your thumb in there and your fingy and stuff, and keep cutting it and getting it smooth. But that ball will travel, and everybody like, how'd you get that ball in there? Kids are amazed. I used to do these when I did a lot of shows years ago. I'd sit down and do one of these right in front of the children, and they would just be amazed. Like, Mommy, he's got a ball in that box, and how'd he get it in there? And they couldn't fathom how you put that ball in there. Well, the ball's already in there. The ball is already in there. So far, we've got that cut. So we are knocking her down. What I'll do is I'll do a video on that horse coming up. I want to start back on that, but I'll get this all broke through and everything, and then I'll leave the ball, and I'll show you how you can cut the ball. How you start the ball. Ball takes a little bit more time. Yeah, it does. A little bit more knife, and this right here is very simple. Very simple. I already feel it. She's broke through. Look, already broke through. That's good. Now all we gotta do is just clean up these sides. Take your time. Yep. Always remember, keep lining those right up there, because Get your stop cuts in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the show I'm getting ready to do, it's at a church, and we really love it. And they give me a really nice spot because they like the idea that I'm a maker, and I bring in primitive tools and everything. Now see what I'm doing? Now I can come here and hog this out. I can get this pretty well hogged out because I can peer behind the little things here, the little sides. Little sides. Keeping them sides nice and straight. Keeping them clean. We'll have some fuzzies. You'll have to learn how to bend your knife and cut the fuzzies off. But before you know it, you can see she has peered right through. You know? All done with a knife. You don't need nothing else. And definitely you don't need to drill it. I'm going to stress that a lot. It's offensive to me as a wood carver. You know, it really is. Repetitive. And you'll get on the other side. Get this side here cleaned up good enough. And you'll do the other. You got two more, you got this side here and this side. And then you have that center and boom. You got the first and you start up here. And you repeat. Like I said, you do not carve the ball. Wait on the ball. Don't put the cart before the horse. Okay? Take your time. See, now I can hog a lot of this out. Yes. Gotta check the time. Well, I'm hoping this answers the gentleman's question that he asked me. Because he called it a ball in a cage. And that's fine. It could be called a ball in a cage. I'm used to hearing it a ball in a box. But a cage works too. Remember, there's no one perfect in this world. Actually, I like the ball in the cage. I think it represents it more. I really do. And what I'll do is I have different files, and I'll come in here and I'll file that bottom. I don't want it perfect. This is just fun. But I'll file it and clean it up. I've got small jurors files, and I do a lot of file carving by just using basic files. I use it just like a knife. Yeah, now you can see I've got all the way through two sides. Very simple talking to you folks. It doesn't take a ton of time or effort. I just drawed about a quarter, about a half inch, from, this is about, down here to about 2 inches, made a square and kept all the same, all the way around, all 4 sides. And then took the corners and draw a round ball, all 4 sides. You got to have a visual. Get you a visual, and then go with it. It's just a fun thing. You can set these up and take these to all kinds of places, just to amaze the children. If you're at your church camp and you want to do something just to, and get the kids to sit down and tell them what you're going to do, and or have one done and look at here, and they'll, when they're young like that, they're really amazed. And that's the trick. I mean, the thing is, if you show a person, you may get lucky and find somebody that wants to do this. Well, let's get you up here. I'm running the clock. But anywho, I just wanted to answer the gentleman's question. I'll get the rest of this out, and then we'll start on the ball after I do some work on the horse for you guys. But anywho, I just want to say thank you all. I appreciate everybody subscribing. Push that notification button. Thank you for watching my videos. You can't see my face, I'm sorry. Thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate it and everything. And I will just talk to you later. And I thank you again.